Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's, or I guess this morning's stretch break, we'll call it. My name is Jazzy, health fitness specialist here with Exos at Autodesk, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we are going to start off standing today. So go ahead and wherever you are at, go ahead and make your way to standing. We're going to start with our feet about shoulder width apart, but we're going to start stretching our upper body out. So we're going to do some side stretches. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to interlace our fingers. And let's go ahead and point our palms straight to the ceiling. So we want to make sure our shoulder blades are pulled down and back. Our biceps are directly next to our ears. And our palms are going to push the hands towards the ceiling. So we should start to feel this open up our chest a little bit, open up our shoulders, the backs of our shoulders. Feels very nice if we've been sitting so far this morning. So from here, what we're going to do while we're still pushing out, we're going to gently bend to one side. So I'm going to start by leaning to the left, reaching as far as I can, pushing your hands still towards the ceiling or the wall, and keeping our shoulder blades pulled down and back. So we start to feel the stretch in our side body. Nice big deep breath, keeping the chest open. And on the next exhale, we are going to return to center and move on over to the other side. So now I'm bending to the right, feeling that stretch through the lats, through the side. On the left side, since I'm bending to the right, keeping those shoulder blades pulled down and back, biceps next to the ears, really pushing those hands away. So while we push our hands away, it's going to help us stretch into our side a little bit more. And we are going to, on the next exhale, return to center. And let's go ahead and do that one more each side. We're going to try and bend a little bit farther now than we did the first time. Really reach in over to the side here, pushing those hands away, keeping our shoulders as far away from the ears as we can, making sure our chest is staying nice and open, but we should start to feel this stretch a little bit further down into the side the more you lean to the whichever way you're leaning, but I'm leaning towards my left. And on your next exhale, you will return to center and moving over to the other side one last time, reaching as far as you can, a little bit further than we could the last time, keeping the chest open. Feeling that stretch into our side, into the lats. And on the next exhale, returning to center. And from here, we're going to gently let our hands release, and we're going to go into a forward fold. So we're going to keep our back flat as long as we can, starting to feel that stretch in the backs of our legs here, and letting our arms hang in front. So we want to create as much weight as we can. And with each exhale, relax further and further into that forward fold, feeling the stretch in the backs of our necks and in our shoulders and our upper backs here. If your hands are touching the ground, you can cradle your elbows. If that helps, we want to create as much weight as we can, relaxing further and further with each exhale. Awesome. From here, we're going to go ahead and let's take our hands with our feet about shoulder width apart. You can spread them out a little bit further if you need a little bit more of a stretch here. But we're going to walk our hands over to one side. So we're going to create more of a side stretch here while we're still stretching out the backs of our legs. So we're going to, right now my hands are towards the left side. Try and walk those hands out as far as you can. We should start to feel the stretch all in our sides here. Nice big deep inhales into our chest and into our belly to create a little bit more of a back stretch, a low back stretch here. Awesome job, you guys. And on the next exhale, we're going to go ahead and walk our hands over to the right side or the opposite side from where you just were. If you were on the right, we're now on the left. If you're on the left, now we're on the right. And I'm trying to create that stretch in the side body while we're still stretching out our hamstrings or the backs of our legs here. Nice. Big, deep inhales. You breathe into your chest. It's going to help open up your upper back a little bit more. If you take a couple big, deep belly breaths, you're going to help expand your low back and stretch that out a little bit more. So whatever of a focus you need more of, go ahead and inhale accordingly. Or if you need both, you can alternate between the two, which is what I am doing. And on the next exhale, let's go ahead and walk our hands back to center. And we're going to go ahead and make our way onto the ground. So we can go on our hands and knees, and then we're going to actually go ahead and go onto our backs. So take your time here, making your way down to being on the back. And from here, we're going to go ahead and stretch out the hamstrings a little bit more. So with you can either have whatever leg you're not using straight or bent. I'm going to keep mine straight. I'm going to start with my right leg. We're going to go ahead and take our hands and we're going to interlace our fingers on the back of our knee. And from here, so our knee is fully bent, we're going to squeeze with your quad and we're going to keep everything in the back nice and loose. So we're going to squeeze, point that toe towards the ceiling, bringing that leg up, straightening the leg while squeezing the quad as much as we can, holding for a few seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and release. So it's going to be an active hamstring stretch. The more we can stretch out and squeeze the front of our leg, we're going to really loosen up everything in the back of our leg. So sometimes if a muscle group is tight, all you need to do is stretch out sometimes the opposite muscle group, and that will help loosen everything up. So sometimes if we really squeeze the quads, we can loosen up the hamstrings in that aspect. So we're just going to go ahead and keep on doing that. So we're going to extend, squeeze, and relax. So we're holding for about 2 to 3 seconds at the top with that squeeze, and then lowering back to that starting position. So wherever we're at, we're going to go ahead and do 2 more here. So we're squeezing, extending, and then we're going to lower. Go ahead and make this our last one. Squeeze in the front of the leg as hard as we can, and then relaxing. And we're going to go ahead and straighten that leg out and move on to the other leg. So now I'm going to take my left leg, grab in behind the knee, and we're going to squeeze the quad, extend the leg all the way up till it's as straight as we can make it while squeezing the quad, and relax, bringing that foot back down. So we're squeezing at the front, release in the back of our hamstrings here. Back down. Great job, everyone. If you can't straighten your leg, that's okay. We want to get it as straight as we can. You might notice here that one leg is tighter than the other, and for some reason my left hamstring is really tight from yesterday. That's okay. Completely natural. Have one side a little bit tighter than the other. Let's go ahead and do 2 more here. Now we're going to go ahead and make this one our last one. And we can go ahead and set that leg back down. And we are going to make our way back to standing. So if you need to turn on your side, go ahead and do that. If you need to roll all the way over your hands and knees to get up, however it feels best for you. We're going to take it nice and slow here. Going at our own pace, making sure we don't get any head rushes here. If you need to shake anything out, feel free to shake that out when you get back to standing. And that will be all she wrote for this morning's stretch break. So thank you all so much for coming. We always appreciate to see everyone in these stretch breaks. And we will be having our second stretch break of the day at 2:30 today. So hopefully we'll see more people there. And then we do also have a stretch break tomorrow at 3 with Brittany. And we do also have boot camp with Luis at 12. So we hope to see everyone there. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your morning.